Good evening, everybody. And well, we're looking at a wet pit lane already. What a way to start things off. Welcome to round 7. We're just past halfway here in season 3 of SAF1, and that we're at the Temple of Speed. Don't know how fast the guys are going to be going on their first attempts around here. Looks pretty wet. Not sure if the guys are out on inters or if they're out on... Yep, they're out on inters it seems. Let's get some info up on your screens, not that info. There you go, let's get your tyres up. Seems like everybody's out on inters. If you've just joined us, the norm. Got a 18-minute qualifying session. 15 drivers showing up at the end of the day. Attendance looked a little concerning earlier on, but nice showing. Maybe someone will still join before the race, but so far we're starting with 15. Hopefully we'll end this qualifying session with all 15 cars. Conditions do look treacherous. I am using a new system of uploading this, so let me know how it sounds. Sometimes the cars are too loud over the voice, and sometimes the voice is too loud over the cars, so just let me know. 16 minutes remaining in the session. We have a few cars out on their out lap. No one on a fast lap just yet. A lot of cars choosing to remain in the pits. If anyone of those drivers in the pits happens to also be watching this video, let me know. Are conditions going to dry up as the session goes on? Do they stay the same, or do they even get worse? If that's the case, then everybody should be out on track, and that doesn't seem to be the case. There's a lot of cars sitting patiently in the pits, which suggests to me a lot think conditions will improve. We ride with the first car that was out of the pits, Juan Alonso in the Alpine. Obviously the Alpine is now a race-winning car. I've been mistaken, but I think the Alpine has won in every name it's ever had. It's won as an Alpine, it's won as a Renault, it's won as a Lotus, it's won as a Benetton. I think that's it. Juan Alonso, as he goes around the parabolic to complete his first lap. Parabolic and not ideal. Trying to get this first lap in, trying to get this first benchmark. Does set the first lap. It's a 1:30.2. Who else is out on circuit? We have Quinton out on circuit, but his Phantom's gone quicker, a 1:29.9. That's just 1/10 quicker, not much in it so far. Zardi goes fast as 1:29.8. Time's still relatively close. 4/10 cover those top 3. Now we watch Quinton as he approaches the Parabolica. Goes over the line. It's good enough for third at the moment. It's a 1:30.1. Who else is out on the track? Jean went over the line in a 1:31.1. Duxter goes over the line in a 1:31.0. About top 6 drivers now with lap times. Matty's only starting his. Where is Madtrav? Madtrav is wrestling with the Lesmos. Seems like an easy track when you look at the layout. When the game has it as easy, Nothing easy about Monza, especially in the wet. Gotta be so careful on the curb, so skittish, make mistakes so quickly. Barriers never far away. Now Madtrav around Parabolica. The apex nicely on the entry. Zardi goes fast for the 129.1. Madtrav goes fourth, 129.7. The lap times are coming down. Zardi 129.1. Jayden has 1 second, 129.2. Almost identical lap times with Phantom. Just, what is that, 400ths of a second between the two of them, second and third. Top 10 drivers have set lap times. We have SAF1 Harmek, Vino for real, and DRS Neil. Those are the 3 cars that have remained in the pits. Rimjaw, no lap time for him as of yet, but he's going around Parabolica as we speak for what I believe is his first attempt at a fast lap. He goes over the line. What is this for Grimjaw in the AlphaTauri? It's good enough for 8th place. See, Imai Alonso has left the session. I'm not sure if he's had an incident. If he's just had enough of this weather. Didn't see the incident if that is the case. But there is an incident. Grimjaw going off the track while going very slowly. Lucky to hold on to all of his wheels, and that's maybe what happened to Imai Alonso. It's so easy to just get a wheel on the grass, slide off into one of these barriers, lose a wheel, and that's the end of the session for you. Zardi going quicker yet again, a 128.9, first man into the 128s, and as I say that, Madtrav becomes the second man into the 128s and the fastest man in the 128s, 128.7 for Madtrav. Nicely done. Times coming in very quickly, no times for Harmek, Vino for real, or Neil, all remaining in the pits. Quinton goes over the line, goes into second with a 128.8, comes the third man into the 28s. This could be one of two things, either track just improving ever so slightly, or the drivers just having that little bit more confidence second time around. Quinton just getting a reminder to stay away from the sausage curves. We don't know about sausage curves in Italy. So ask Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton's helmet. Watch Zardi as he heads up the back straight towards Parabolica. Surely we will have a dry race. Will these conditions carry on into the next session? We watch Zardi as he comes into the pits. Who else is on track? We've got Dixter. Exit here, you just don't want to touch that inside curb. You want to stay away from it. In the wet and the dry. Steps are going to come into the pits, or is he going to try once more? I think he's going to come into the pits. He's got a few laps on these tyres. Goes around once more. Surely he must know he can improve. Does he improve? He doesn't. Stay 6th, 129.3. There was an improvement, I didn't see it. Position remains the same. Now Matty is out on track. He's got Neil ahead of him, struggling. Rail. Wants to see both Ferraris out on track. Join the pits. Sean currently 11th for 130.3. For the Red Bull driver, just outside the top 10. Surely these guys can break the top 10. Imai Alonso is currently 10th and he's retired from the session, holding on to that time. Nobody's been able to beat it. There's Don Ravico. This is one of our drivers from Monday night. pulling the double. He obviously did this twice yesterday in two 25% races. Now going for the longer haul, the single 50% version. Currently got a 130.7. Probably wasn't expecting a wet session. The guys practice and get their setups ready, all in anticipation for what should be a dry session. And then when this happens, the thought of God, sweet. For real. Alcantari still 13. Onyx still in the pits. Neil, one of the drivers that has not yet set a lap time, is out there. See what Madtrap can do. One's a little bit wide there. I wonder if that's going to get invalidated. Pretty sure game can be inconsistent at the best of times, but that did look a little bit wide. He'll be lucky to get away with it. Goes around Parabolica. Still seems to be giving it everything, so I don't think it was invalidated. See what he does. No. Into the pits. There's Jaden. Currently second. 128.6. Just a tenth of a second between the top two. Quentin a little further back. 128.8 in third place. Then Zodi fourth. 128.9. Fixer as well, a 128.9. 5 drivers into the 128s, but nobody able to improve on that. Hardly see the cars, treacherous conditions. Ones that can be tricky at the best of times. Positive, I'm sure most of these drivers would prefer being on these intermediates rather than full wets. So there's a positive for you. Everyone watching, thanks for joining. Thanks for supporting the stream, supporting the race. You can see difficult conditions out there for the drivers. 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Just have a rundown of the standing so far. Madtrap on provisional pole, 128.5. He heads out of the pits on an outlap to have another attempt. There's Jaden, also on an out. Also, I think he's having a fast lap actually. A lot of action out on track now. Just 3 cars in the pits of the 15. That makes 11 of them out there. You see with Imai Alonso retiring earlier on in the session. So far he's going to have to start 13th. That's if Don Robico and Harmick can't set better times. And Robico is on an outlap, so he's obviously looking to improve. It's Jaden. Currently second, just a 10th away from where he'd like to be, but I'm sure he'd like to find a little bit more than a 10th, give himself a bit of a cushion, find as much time as possible. It's the rain letting up. Conditions get slightly better, you start to notice it in the times immediately. What can Jaden do? He goes over the... Does he improve? Guess that was invalidated. Madtrap starting a fast lap. Tricky here into sector 1. This is going to be a tricky part of the racetrack, especially on lap 1, turn 1. Trying to get everybody through that section. Hopefully it's not raining when the race starts. Seems like the track will not be drying in this qualifying session. After this time off in the wet, Quinton has retired from the session. Either he does not believe he can improve on that, or he had an incident that we didn't see. Didn't have any laps on those inters. So if he did have an incident, it was on his out lap. Or he just retired in the pits. If no one improves, he'll start in 4th place. We'll be hoping at the top, Madtrav on 28.5. Looking to improve on that. He's on a fast run as we speak. Those are 13 of the drivers, or 12 of the drivers, all on fast laps at the same time. You're going to see a lot of lap times coming up on your screen. Jaden does a 1:28.2. Madtrav, what does he do? He goes over the line, does not improve. A 1:28.5 remains. Zardi improved, he went second, a 1:28.3. Just a tenth between the top two yet again, but this time now Jaden leads the way. Zardi second, and Madtrav has been dropped down to 3rd. Quinton holding on to that 4th place from his retired McLaren. Duxter 5th. Where is Duxter? He's going over the line. Is he going to improve? Oh, I think that was an outlap. It was 2 seconds off the pace. We have Neil and Rail, the 2 Ferraris, 6th and 7th. 1:29.1, 1:29.2. Separated by just a tenth, the 2 teammates. Phantom just warming up his tyres, or trying to get some temperature. He's on an outlap going around Parabolica, just warming up to go for it. It's down the straight. He will start his next attempt. Where is your pole sitter? There he is, your provisional pole sitter so far. It's a 1:28.2.7. It's SAF1 Jaden. It's followed by Zardi 44, 28.3. Not much in it between those two. And then Madtrav, a 1:28.5. Ravico, he has retired from the session. I think that's just related to not being able to do much between now and the end of the session. Time has come to a halt. You can't see that because for some reason there's a constant yellow flag on your screen. It's covering your timing screen, but the session has come to an end, so we're just waiting for the final drivers to come over the line. Everyone who started a fast lap can then obviously finish that fast lap. Madtrav still seems to be on the go here. Let's ride on board with him as he approaches Soweto. I can't see where we are. There we go. This is the exit of Ascari. No corner cuts. Doesn't seem like it. He's still heavy on the accelerator pedal. Here we go. Gonna get through here quick but smooth. Get the best possible traction on the way out, and that's exactly what didn't happen. The car gets very squirmy on the way out of Parabolica. And Madtrav, he will remain in 3rd place. Go down and see what the Aston Martin currently in 4th. Duxter, he has a final attempt here to improve, runs a little bit wide in Parabolica. It's all about this traction. Can he improve? I think he did. I think he just stalled 3rd. You can see that our timing screens disappeared. We're going to have to wait for the official standings. But I think Duxter may have just stolen a position there. He didn't take, he took 2nd. Very nice. Just going over our qualifying results. Obviously, pole position 1:28.2. That's for Jaden. Then in 2nd place, Duxter. 3rd, Zardi. 4th, Madtrav 21. 5th, Grimjaw. 6th, Quinton. After an early retirement. 7th, Phantom. 8th, Neil. Then 9th, we have Matty. 10th, the 2nd Ferrari of Rail. Then 11th we have Vino for Real, Harmick in 12th, Dan Robico in 13th, Jean 99 will start from 14th, and then Omar Alonso, he was the first man to retire from that session. So if the track did improve, he got no benefit at all. He's going to start from the back of the grid in the Alpine. Hopefully, when we get our coverage back, we'll have blue skies and a dry circuit. We wait in anticipation. There we go, it is a dry circuit. I think it's blue skies, and hopefully no surprises. See, now it's just looking at an empty pit lane. That's because everybody's on the start finish line. We're just waiting for the guys to adjust their final strategies. The things you're allowed to adjust outside of Park for May, if you feel the need to adjust them, now is the time. And get ready, so you're gonna have to be concentrating for the next period of time. Obviously a formation lap to get us going. Alfa Romeo leads the way from the Aston Martin. What a grid that would be. Jaden from Dixter. Mercedes, third place, that's Saudi. And Trav in the Alpine, better fortunes than his teammate. Unfortunately couldn't improve there on his final run. A nasty parabolic exit. Grimjaw's going to start from 5th in the AlphaTauri. Seems like a typical place for an AlphaTauri to start. And his name also starts with G, so he's a Gasly fan. Quinton 6th place, and he's lucky to start in 6th place because he retired from the session. Anything could have happened after he retired. Luckily he only lost 2 positions after that time. Phantom will start from 7th. And the first of the 2 Ferraris, Neil, will start in 8th. 99th. Our second Ferrari makes up the top 10. Just outside the top 10 you got your second AlphaTauri, that's Vino for Real. Harmick in the Red Bull, starting in 12th. Don Rabico, Alfa Romeo. The second Red Bull, that's Jean. If Red Bull's not starting in great positions. You're seeing disqualifications at the bottom of your screen, don't worry about that too much. That just means somebody ran into somebody on a formation lap. Don't really get disqualified, you just get sent to the start finish line, where obviously any tyre heat you had built up is simply going to vanish. And Vino for Real and Harmick might want to take that into consideration when they head into turn 1. They might not have that optimal tyre temperature. See now the long wait for the guys at the front. You seem to get to your grid slot pretty quickly, and then you sit there for what seems to be forever. You start thinking, is there possibly a glitch? Why is this taking so long? You're just waiting for the guys right at the back to line up. Here we go. Let's try and get a better camera angle than that. I think that's better. 5 red lights, and when they're off we go. Here we go. Jaden gets a good start from Dixter. Here we go. Dixter second, Jaden first. Top 3. What's going to happen here? Into turn 1. Everybody keeping their head from what I can see. Nice. Let's go. Flick back. I don't see any incidents. I don't see any carbon fiber. Very nicely done. 15 drivers through the first chicane at Monza in turn 1. Not bad. Back at the front, Jaden leads the way now by 4 tenths of a second from Dixter, so nothing's changed in their starting positions. Just get some info on here. Obviously you can see Jaden starting on the medium tyre. Obviously this is going to be very interesting now for the drivers. Usually in a qualifying session, the tyre you set your fastest lap on is the tyre you have to start the race on. So if you start on either mediums or softs, that's how you have to start the race, and then obviously that is going to affect at least the first stint of your strategy. But having a full qualifying session in wet means you have freedom of tyre choice. So the top 3 mediums for Jaden, he's in the lead, but he's got 2 cars behind him hungry on softs, and the first of those 2 cars, Dixter, has made his way by. Seems like the slightest bit of contact, but I didn't see any carbon fibre going anywhere. The Alfa Romeo driver didn't seem too unstabilised by it all. Now Sadi going through. Putting up the fight, letting him go just yet. He knows he's on mediums, but a different strategy, different race. I think his job is to stay as close to Dixter as possible. Dixter will inevitably get up the road, he's got faster tyres, but those mediums will come back, and those softs will drop off. Jaden now just not having the best of time, he's lost a whole bunch of positions. Not sure what happened there, he must have some sort of damage. Back at the front, Dixter leads by now 2 seconds. That's crucial because we're only on lap 2, and in lap 3 DRS comes into play. So he's already broken DRS. Zadi wishes he had broken DRS. He doesn't have DRS and he's got a nightmare on his rear wing. Wait until the next lap. Sadi doing everything he can to keep a very long queue of cars behind him. That is an incredibly long queue of cars. That is insane. Dixter out by himself, 2.1 seconds up the road. The man in second, he's got a lot of pressure on him. He's got a whole string of cars behind him. If he looks in the mirrors, he can count them. They're everywhere. They're on his left, they're on his right. And when DRS comes into play, that Merc should be swamped. All of the guys in the middle order running on mediums. A little bit further back in this queue. This is probably even more difficult than being at the front of the queue. It's being one of the guys in the middle of the queue. Don't worry about your mirrors and the guy in front of you. But now we watch Neil go around the inside of Parabolica. Gonna have DRS down the straight. Nicely done. So does the man behind him, but it's gonna cancel out. Neil up into third place. Third place for a Ferrari at Monza. What you want to see, Madtrav loses position, he's down to fourth. Jaden, he's in fifth, he's recovering. See, he started this race on pole position and now he's got a Ferrari going up his inside. It's the last thing he needs. Has Rail been able to pull that off? No, he hasn't. Jaden stays in front for now. It's obviously Ferrari power versus Ferrari power. Which means both those drivers will be hearing the terrible sound of the Ferrari engine in this game. Back, Red Bull, Harmick, he's made up a few positions. Compton, he's 8th, he's lost out, he's lost 2 positions at the start of this race. That's all, long way to go. bring up position changes. Biggest two winners of the race so far. That goes to DRS Neil. He's made up 5 positions, as well as Hob. He's also made up 5 positions. Alonso Alonso McBad, 4 positions. Those are your biggest improvers in the race. Jaden has lost 5 positions, 4 positions. He's just made one up. Great job on this recovery drive. He's obviously missing his teammate today, just the one McLaren. No Eugene tonight. So McLaren will definitely need Quinton to finish. Retirement on that side of the garage means no points at all tonight. Not what we want. At the front, Dixter leads the way, 2.4 seconds. He's got a healthy gap. Further back, Neil coming under pressure. Where is he? So he thought about it into Parabolica and then thought, why am I going and doing this into Parabolica when there's a huge straight DRS after this? Tucks in behind the Ferrari, he's going to activate DRS. Here we go, makes it look easy. He's going to get in front of him before the corner. Yes, he does. Now he just needs to make sure he's able to brake that car. Not go into the gravel, not jump the chicane, and he goes neither of the above. He goes up into second place. Will they be able to hold on to it when the DRS onslaught comes for him? All the drivers running on mediums, keep the faith. Definitely I agree, this race is far from over. In fact, I believe the time for the mediums has not even yet arrived. That will come when everyone on softs starts to have issues. Jaden, Grimville and Bino have all made one stop in this race. Obviously all encountering some sort of damage. Definitely everybody that's still out there on mediums, I think they're part of the race, they're part of the strategy. The most important part of their strategy hasn't even come into play yet. That only comes into play when these soft runners start noticing that their softs aren't quite the tyre they want to be on anymore. But what does this mean? Mediums onto softs at the end. Can you one stop it? We shall see. Jaden going super aggressive. He needs to do everything he can. Obviously on a set of hards, he's going to go to the end of the race, it looks like, with one set of tyres. And he's going to have one heck of a impressive recovery drive. I'm sure he wouldn't mind a safety car along the way that could just bring everybody close together again. Looks still at the front, 3.5 seconds now the gap. He's pretty unchallenged. Neil in second. It's difficult for him to worry about Duxter. He can see Duxter getting up the road. He can see that car getting smaller and smaller. There's little he can do. He's got 2 cars in his mirrors. He's under all sorts of pressure. And surely the position's going to change again for second place here. Now Zardi gets past the Ferrari into turn 1. Zardi, the Ferrari thinks of coming back. Does he come back? He does. He gets superior traction there on the exit. I don't think the Merc expected to find the Ferrari on his outside. Vino's picked up a 3-second time penalty. That's for multiple warnings. That's going to be related to corner cutting. Not necessarily corner cutting. When it comes to this game, it could be running wide. But generally leaving what is considered the racing area. Duxter leads from Neil, Zardi third, Madtrav in fourth, Quinton fifth. Then we have Rail sixth, Harmick up to seventh, Phantom eighth, Anwar Alonso, he's having a fantastic race, he's up to ninth. Remember, he started in last. Don Ravico also started outside the top 10, he's up into 10th place. Then just outside the top 10 we've got Matty and Jean, 11th and 12th. Jaden 13th, Grimjaw, he's gone backwards, he's in 14th. And then Vino, 15th, the two Alpha Tauris not having the best of days, they're at the back, they're hoping for a safety car. Tell you who doesn't want a safety car, it's Duxter. This Madtrav's got the best seat in the house to these two in front. And I wonder what he's thinking. Do I get involved? Do I try and pass these two and do anything about Duxter in the lead? Or is he waiting for these two to eventually at some stage? I don't want to say it, because it's known as the commentator's curse, so I will not say it. But I think Madtrav being patient, Neil under all sorts of pressure, and Zardi will be getting a little hot under the collar. It's the best seat in the house right now. We're riding with Madtrav in fourth for Alpine. And now you're going to watch them as they head down the straight. You're going to want to get as close to the car in front of you as you possibly can as you trail him through Parabolica and get the best possible exit. Just like that. That is perfect. In fact, he's passed him in Parabolica. Now he's going to get DRS, which is going to enable him to stay ahead. See there now, Madtrav is going to have a go at Neil. Slides against it, not on the first attempt, maybe next lap. These three having an absolute fantastic race. I just wish this was a battle for the podium. But your leader, well, he's far up the road. That's Duxter. There is Duxter, that's not Duxter, that's a Ferrari. That's Duxter. Leads the race. Very, very strong position as things stand, but it's lap 10 of 27. A lot of things can happen on a Tuesday night. Remember in round 1, where for me personally as a commentator, we had a record-breaking, I think it was 4 safety cars. So I've never seen the game go over 3. So no safety car as of yet. This man will definitely not want to see a safety car. His strategy is definitely working out perfectly. Start the race on softs. Get as big a lead as you possibly can. And that is exactly what he's doing. 6 seconds up the road from Neil. Zardi has come into the pits. I wonder if he's picked up damage. We didn't see it. Neil now finally up into second place on those softs. Now he's got to make it count. He's got to get away from Madtrav. He's got to get away from the medium runner behind him so that he can do something about Duxter up the road. Try and close that 6-second gap. But he's not going to be able to do that if he's not able to shake off this Alpine. If he's looking in his mirrors every time there's a DRS section, he's not able to concentrate on that car ahead of him. See Madtrav third. Let's go further back. Find the McLaren. Actually heartbreak for McLaren last weekend. Almost sad to look at this car. Quinton, he's in fourth. Obviously anything can happen. He's on a set of mediums. How many potential podiums or how many potential podium positions has he been in this season? Would this be the one? Be a special one to do it at Monza. If you're gonna pick just the one podium for the season, I'd say Monza. Pretty good. Harmic's up into 6th. He's had a storming race. He obviously started outside the top 10, but he started on the softs, and he's made the most of those softs. It's very important if you start at the back with the softs, you need to make up positions early. You need to get up into open air and make the most of those tyres. And what happens most of the time is when you start in the midfield like that on softs, you get stuck behind a trail of cars. And by the time you do get some free air, your tyres really don't have much more to give. Harmic's in a strong position. He's in 6th. On Rabico started way below his teammate, and now he's way above his teammate. Not having a fantastic race so far, but we've seen in the past how well he can drive. And I'm sure by the time we get to lap 27, he's going to be a lot higher up the field than what it appears now. We've got Duxta and Rail both in the pits. This now becomes the battle for the lead. I said he needed to get away from that Alpine. He hasn't been able to do that. In fact, the Alpine's got right back past him. So Mantrav leads on a set of mediums. And we've got to say, if that's the case, Mantrav leading. He's got the slower tyre on, but the tyre that's going to last the longest stint. It should. I don't know, if I was driving this, I'd say that means he's probably going to have a soft tyre at the end stint. So you're going to have the fastest tyre when the car's at its lightest. Mantrav is in a very strong position. Neil doing his best to hold on to him for the time being on that set of softs. Got to wonder when do those set of softs start to fall off. We see the Ferrari come into the pits. Yes, we do. His teammate was into the pits on the previous lap, so I thought we might see this. Luckily, no double stacking for Ferrari. That now has released Mantrav into. He was already in the lead of the race, but now that's just emptied out his mirrors. Man in 2nd is now Quinton, in the only McLaren on the night. Also choosing to start on those medium tyres, and how crucial, who got the strategy right, we'll find out. Race basically at halfway distance. Matty sets the fastest lap of the race on a set of softs at 122.5. He's down in 13th place. Shows you what a fresh set of softs can do. And when these medium runners eventually come in, they're going to have that at their disposal. Don Rabico also choosing that medium tyre. Harmic now the only man who started on softs, who's still out there, and as I say that, he dives into the pits. We were just going to check where he was on circuit, because he was still out there on that set of softs. But all of the people, all of the men that have started on soft tyres have now come into the pits. And basically everyone out on track is on a set of mediums, with the exception of Jaden. Jaden having an incident at the beginning of the race, still wanting to have a one stop, didn't want to stop twice in this race, so he elected to go for a set of hards. Those tyres still have a long way to go. Matty goes fastest again at 122.3, fastest laps from him. he has actually come in and put it on a fresh set of softs. The only man with a set of softs on the race circuit, so that's why he's going so quick. Van Trav leads by 4.4 seconds from Quinton. I'd love it if he could hold on to this. It's been a fantastic strategy call, starting from 6th place, kicking himself for retiring from qualifying when he was in 4th. Who knows where he could have been if he had started on the front row. Having said that, he's done a fantastic job to work his way up into 2nd. But I have to say, even better than that is the man in 3rd. Started on mediums, Don Rabico. Started outside the top 10. What a drive so far for the Alpha driver, getting accustomed to seeing an Alpha somewhere in the top 3 in this league. Jaden had a hiccup today, so Don Rabico picking up the pieces for Alfa Romeo. There that Neil obviously had his coffee. I suppose it would be like a Italian espresso. No energy drink that I know of is attached to Ferrari. This in 4th. He's on a set of mediums, but he didn't start the race on that set of mediums. Those are a brand new set of mediums. He started the race on softs. And we're starting to see this is the first of the medium runners to come into the pits. That would be a bit early for softs. Don Rabico, is he going for a 2-slot? I'm not sure. Well, I suppose softs are enough. Just 10 laps to go to the end. Don Rabico becomes the first of the medium runners. I wonder what that will trigger. We watch another car now in the pits putting on a set of softs. That's Harmick. Will this trigger a response from the leader of the race? We will ride on forward with him to see, does he go around Parabolica and storm down the straight, or is he going to zip to the right and into the pits? You'll obviously see that movement on his timing sheet. You'll see people coming into the pits. He chooses to stay out. Where's his teammate? Wondering, it seems like his teammate's got a brand new set of tyres, so maybe his teammate was in the pits on the previous lap. There is a glitch in this game, not this game, but basically F1 2020 all the way down to, I can't remember, that even if you don't double stack necessarily, if teammates pit on the same lap, there's going to be a slight pause where everyone just sort of looks at you for a little bit, and I don't know why that happens, but if your teammates, it's advisable not to pit on the same lap, regardless of where you are on the lap. Madtrav leads the way, 9 laps to go. Looks the second, 16 seconds is the gap. Madtrav were to pit now, that would bring him out in, so that would bring him out very close to Quinton, either just ahead of him or just behind him. Is he going to zip into the pits? Yes, he does. Good pit entry. Last thing you want to do is get a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Then everything you've been doing, all those tenths of a second you've been trying to shave off for the past couple of laps, it's all gone. Gets the tyre stop onto a set of softs. Duxter heads down the straight to retake the lead of this race. Where is Madrag? He's come out a lot higher than I thought. I was predicting closer to a round about 28-second pit stop. Seems to be a little bit shorter than that, closer to 24 or 25, because he's a little bit further ahead than Quinton. I thought Quinton would actually just pop out ahead of him. That is your mix after the first and what I believe will be the only round of pit stops. Duxter leads the way from Zadi. Madrag third. Madrag already making his way past Neil. Now the tools have been reversed. Obviously Neil and Madrag fought in the first segment of the race, but Neil had the fast tyres and Madrag had the mediums, and now they've swapped them around and Madrag makes his way past Neil first in his first attempt and heads off in his venture. His next venture will obviously be Zadi 44 up the road. You can see him, he's not far up the road at all. Just a second, he's going to have DRS probably. Let's see, let's have a look. Does he get DRS? No, he doesn't have it on this one, but he'll have it on the next lap. So that gap's 0.8 of a second. Zadi's going to have all sorts of pressure on him not long from now. Now Duxter leads 4.5 seconds. I wonder if he'll be watching Madrag's progress up the timing sheet. Probably a good thing you can't see as much as the timing sheet as I can when you're driving. It would drive you crazy. As little information on the screen as possible when you're driving. People on the stream are watching. Thanks to everybody who's watching. Thanks to everyone who's joined. You see round 7 here at SAF1. Circuit of Monza, Northern Italy. Lap of the race. You can see it on the progress he's making. It's past Zadi. He's up into second, and he is now going to be the problem of Duxter. Duxter leads the race on a set of mediums. He's 3.2 seconds up the road. Now the crucial thing is here, you've got to keep him behind you for as long as possible. But inevitably he will probably get past you on that set of softs. But later on in the race, those softs should drop off just a little. Just enough for those mediums to make some sort of difference. Want to keep track position at all costs. Because Madrag looks very, very fast on that set of softs, and if he gets clean air, might be the end of it. Rimjaw becomes a retirement. Imar Alonso becomes a retirement. Was that an incident with each other? It seems like a similar part of the racetrack. Well, we suddenly have gone from a full grid of 15 that we started with to 2 retirements. In absolutely no time. We're gonna ride with Vino, just so we can see if we can ride past that incident. Maybe see the stricken cars. We don't see anything. We don't see any cars there. That's already been cleared. Unfortunate we didn't see what happened with Imar Alonso. That's the Alpine and Grimjaw. That was one of the Alpine drivers. Sorry, the Alpine and the... There's too many teams with A's. Alpha, Alpine. Yeah, no, that was an Alpha Tauri driver and Alpine driver. One of each. haven't noticed, in the top left of your screen, we have a safety car towards the end of the race. Just something that has become quite common. Here at SAF1, we like to get a safety car with a few laps to go, and then just release everybody with 2 or 3 laps to go, and we have a little bit of a sprint. It's going to be interesting. I think the guys that are on soft will have a slight advantage at the start, and everyone on mediums, basically their advantage has been nullified. So if you find yourself out of place on a set of softs, this is actually the perfect position for you. Just a few laps at the end. You're probably going to have 3 or 4 laps to do at the end of the race. Make up some serious positions and steal some serious points. And what I thought was going to be a 100% finishing rate, unfortunately 2 retirements. And you have to assume those 2 ran into each other because it happened at the same time. We'll ride with the Ferrari. It's in 3rd place on a set of mediums. He's going to be worried. He's got, well, every single car behind this Ferrari is on a set of softs. So let's go 10. Yeah, Neil has 10 soft runners behind him. He's on a set of mediums. Then Madtrav just ahead of him, also a set of softs, and then your leader, he's on a set of mediums. I wonder if these 2 medium runners are just going to get swallowed up. The safety car really didn't play into your hands. If your plan was to run a medium set of tyres in your second stint, which seems to be the case. Dux there, Neil. Just looking for that odd set of hards. You remember Jaden was on a set of hards after that incident he had at the beginning of the race. But no set of hards. Thought, wait, has he retired? No, he hasn't. Just the 2 retirements. That remains the same. He has in fact gone in, put on a set of softs. He has a brand new set of softs. He's in 9th place, just behind his teammate. The 2 Alfa Romeos are together in 8th and 9th. And both of them very new softs. So it's going to be interesting. Keep your eyes on those 2 Alfa Romeos starting from 8th and 9th at the restart. I think they're going to be in a strong position. Other cars in a strong position. The second Ferrari, Rail, he's on a set of softs, brand new softs, as well as Zardi, brand new softs. Another thing I haven't spoken about in this race up until this point, because it's probably my least favorite thing about this game, because, well, I drive this game as well, and I don't like this part of it, the penalties. Drivers with penalties, this will surely come into effect. Dipster leads the race, but he's going to know he's got a 3-second penalty, so it's pivotal for him to have a lead over Madtrav, and this safety car has just cancelled that out. He's got a 3-second penalty, as does Zardi, Don Rabico, Jean, and Harman. Then a little bit more than that, 6 seconds for Rail, and 8 seconds for Vina. Your penalties, it's not the scariest time sheet I've ever read, but when you have a safety car right at the end of the race like this, and it compresses all the cars together and it closes all those gaps up, if you've got penalties, it can potentially just throw you to the back of the field. It's not nice. This thing's getting really messy here around Parabolica. Careful guys, don't lose any rear wings at the restart. I know you're excited. You want to get the best possible restart, you want to get the best possible jump, make the best positions you can, but you need to be clean. You're not going to do anything without a front wing in a lap from now. This could get messy. Madtrav going side by side. Let's get a different camera angle here. Alpine versus Ferrari. Alpine comes out on top. And ooh, there's a Red Bull in the middle of things, and luckily he's ghosting. Oh, he's got a fright there. Duxton leads from Madtrav, Neil third. Quinton up to fourth, Connor Abico in fifth, Rail sixth. Jaden makes up another position. I was going to say he was in seventh, but in fact he's in sixth. Connor Abico fifth. So the Alfa Romeos are coming through the field. They obviously started in 8th and 9th. They've fifth and 6th already. Matty 7th, Mino 8th. At one stage his race looked like a disaster. He was in last, he's in 8th place. Shows you, keep your head down, don't think about it too much, and the race might come back to you. Jean right behind him in 9th place. We've got Sadi 10th, Phantom 11th, and Rail has retired from this race. That was the second Ferrari, the promising Ferrari on a set of softs. Unfortunate for him. So far, 2 laps to go, 3 laps to go, something like that, and you lose your position for retirement. No points for tonight. You ride with your leader. And how long will he be the leader? Because he's going side by side with Madtrav. Madtrav led ever so briefly, but the Aston Martin gets the better run coming out of the corner, and the traction is what counts in that battle. Duxton holds on just a little bit longer on that set of mediums, but you've got to ask for how much longer. For how much longer can he hold on a set of mediums that are much older than Madtrav's softs? Fantastic defensive driving, and if you're a car back, if you're Neil, you've got a fantastic view of those two. They're right there, going side by side, doing all sorts of crazy stuff. You're in third place. You're worried about your podium. You've got an orange car in your mirrors, and he's got a whole bunch of cars in his mirrors, so nobody can relax with a few laps to go. And that's the way it should be all the time. Battles out on circuit, there may only be 12 cars out there, but I think every single car out there, or at least 10 of them, I'd say 10 of them, looking at those times, 10 of your 12 cars are in some sort of battle on the final lap. That's as good as it gets. That's like basically Moto 3. Madtrav leads the way by half a second. He has been able to clear Duxter. Remember, Duxter's in second, but now he's got that penalty, so Neil should take second place. And this is where the cruelty of that safety car is going to come in. That 3 seconds is really going to cost him, because these cars are so close together. But Duxter could potentially be 7th. Don't trust my maths. For the time being, Neil third on the road, but in next second place if you take into account that penalty of the driver ahead of him. Don Rabico is in 6th, but he's got a penalty. And then Bino, Jean, Sadi, all the penalties, but they're at the rear of the field, so I don't think it's going to affect the order too much, but where penalties will come into play, I think Matty's going to pick up some nice positions. I think Quinton is definitely on for a podium. Let's go over the line. Yes, we go. Nicely done. Win for Madtrav. Neil in second. Very nicely done to hold on the mediums. Quinton comes in third, gets that podium. Very nicely done. It's going to be mad at me because I don't know how the heck I'm going to do driver interviews now, because I decided to upload this through a computer without thinking, wait a second, I need a party chat. So fantastic by the top 3, really nicely done. Madtrav from Neil, Quinton third, then Matty came up in 4th, so he did get a good result. Duxter 5th, did the best he could. Jaden on that return drive finished sixth, just ahead of his teammate Don Rabico in 7th. Then we've got Zadi in 8th, Jean 9th, Phantom 10th. It seems like Nino has retired, so Onyx will eventually come over the line in 11. That's the only car we're waiting for that hasn't officially classified. He's weaving up the back straight. It's not the time to warm your tyres, mate. Ah, he's putting on a show for the Tifosi. Fantastic, don't get disqualified. That would be silly. If the straights are too long, you're going to get disqualified, you know that? I may be mistaken, but I think I know what happened. He was disqualified. Basically what happened there, he thought the start-finish line was a lot closer and he could reverse over the line, but it was a lot further away than he thought, and he reversed for too long and got disqualified. So there's the podium. We've got an Alpine on the podium. Nice to see. We've got a Ferrari. Is it a Ferrari on the podium and a McLaren on the podium? Great to see Quinton on the podium. He will have enjoyed that. And Madtrav, he had to fight for that. That wasn't an easy win at all. That was back and forth the whole way. There's your official results. I'm going to try read through them real quick. Obviously Madtrav taking the win for Alpine. He's going to get maximum points there. Then Neil in second. He did a fantastic job. He was on a set of mediums and I really thought those tyres were going to go away. Quinton comes third, and that shows you clean race, no penalties. It can score you a podium. Matty comes fourth. Also benefit of no penalties in this race. He was able to come up through the order. Duxter's in fifth. Then Jaden, he managed to finish sixth after an incident at the start of the race. Finished ahead of his teammate Don Rabico in 7th. Zadi 8th, Sean 9th. Then Phantom 10th. He had a quiet race. Usually he's more at the top of the order. He actually set the fastest lap of the race with a 1:20.6. Then Harmick 11th. Vino 12th. He did classify, as did Rail, just 3 laps behind. And then your 2 DNFs, Grimjaw 14 and Imar Alonso 15. And that is the Italian Grand Prix. That is round 7.